So in this video, we're going to start with observational drawing. Now, we're in cartooning, so why are we drawing from reality? Well, we're drawing from reality because before you can abstract it or exaggerate it, you have to know how to draw it in the first place. So we do start this class with some basic drawing skills. Today we'll be focusing on breaking things down to basic shape, sketching, mostly sketching quickly because a lot of people sketch very slow, and proportions of objects. So today, I'm going to quickly show you how to break down objects. Here I have a cup. If I look down, it's a circle. If I look at it at an angle or going off into space, it's an oval. So I don't want to draw my cup like this, which is a common mistake. Yes, it looks kind of like a cup, but I want it to look more like what I'm seeing. And I want it to look like it's going off into space. And I also want to draw much bigger than this. So if I was to draw a cup, I would make that oval, and I'm looking at it while I'm drawing it. And I'm sketching quickly. It's an oval on the top, and it's also a circle from the bottom, but an oval on the bottom, which is much thinner proportionately. And then I'm going to connect these. This is going to make for a quick cup. I can go in, and we're using oil pastels, so it's really kind of a fun material. It gets really, really velvety. You're going to like it. You can even add shading and stuff. So that's how I broke down a basic cup. And I'm drawing big, and I'm sketching quickly. If I go slow, that gives my brain time to think too much about it. So next I'll be drawing a fork. Same thing. Here's my fork. I'm looking at it. This I'm going to draw from a top-down kind of view, but really take a look at it. It has basic shapes, and you want to draw big. I'm giving you guys big paper today, so draw big. But this time I really have to focus on how long the actual fork is to the handle. So if I was to do a quick measure, one way would to be sizing the first and saying, hey, there's a whole 1.5 more to the handle. So I use that as a sizing mechanism. And I'm going to start. It's kind of a rectangle, and then there's these prongs, and I'm going low, and I'm just drawing rectangles. These are just connected rectangles. And then I said this is 1.5 times. So it's going to go way off the page. But it needs to look in proportion, and it needs to be more cleaned up. I've used a square, I've used a rectangle, I've used more rectangles, and more like a diamond down here. So let's clean it up. Now go in and press hard and make those connections. This part comes out at you. You need to make sure you tell the viewer that it's closer to you. I use line weight for that. It does not have to be perfect. And I'm going to go in, and now these aren't really rectangles, they're triangles. And let's try to find that happening. Really trace this object with your eyes. And yeah, it's going to get kind of thick lined, but we're not too worried about it now. And I'm going to start fixing it. So this is kind of like a gesture drawing. I think my proportions are actually off, and this comes down a little bit more. But you get the basic gist. We're going to do timed drawings in 1 and 2 minutes today. And like I said, we're going to focus on breaking things down into the basic shapes, sketching, and getting those proportions right. Those aren't always easy.